And our next one is Zenihub from Japan.
Hello, everyone. My name is Toku. As they introduced, I'm from Japan. So let me introduce to you Zenihub, which is a blockchain-based real estate investment ecosystem. So our vision is to make high-yielding real estate investment deals, especially the ones in emerging markets, accessible and affordable for anyone. And this project is driven by founders who have many years of professional working experience in finance, real estate investments, software engineering, and blockchain technologies. We have our own software development team, and all of our technology is built in-house. So, as many of you may already be familiar, real estate has historically been a very popular asset class in the alternative investments category. People who are into real estate investments typically say they love real estate because it's tangible, they generate stable income, and also there's a possibility for capital gains, especially in emerging markets. However, such investment opportunities are usually very limited to a small group of extremely rich people because usually buying a property requires a lot of cash. And especially when you're dealing with investing in an overseas or foreign property, there's no financing available because banks usually don't give out loans for properties that are located in other countries. And hence, it makes it even more difficult. So Zenihub is a digital platform where users can easily make fractional investments into properties in emerging markets. We issue security tokens that represent the fractional ownership, and these transactions just occur simply by buying and selling these tokens. So they're very quick and easy. So it's basically a one-stop solution, and all the users need to do is to come to our platform, choose the real estate project that they're interested in, make the fractional investment, and then leave the rest to us. We basically operate in a similar fashion as a real estate private equity fund. So we take care of all the sourcing, the vetting, the asset management, dividend payouts, and a typical investment period we expect it to be about 3 to 5 years, and that's when we try to sell the properties and distribute the sales proceeds. So we utilize blockchain technologies to make the process more efficient, and since we're utilizing security tokens, the transactions are quick and don't require as much paperwork. And since in this day and age, there's a lot of DeFi infrastructure that we can combine our services with, so we are able to provide users with an option to finance their investments and apply leverage when they invest in these real estate properties. So we're basically working with real estate companies and financial institutions in order to scale our business. And in terms of our revenue model, it's very similar to private equity funds. It comprises of an acquisition fee, an ongoing asset management fee, and then when we exit the properties, there'll be an incentive fee. So currently, we are seeking to work with strategic partners who can become tenants within our platform. And currently, we're having discussions with a potential partner in Japan and another one in Singapore, and we're targeting to launch early next year. So our first target is the Vietnamese real estate market, mainly because Vietnam is one of the fastest growing economies in Asia, and there's a lot of attractive investment opportunities in real estate there. And we have a strong network of relationships with real estate developers there, and we're able to source high-quality deals, such as the one that's shown in this photo, which is a high-end resort development project in Ha Long Bay, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site that's extremely popular in Vietnam. So Zenihub intends to work closely with our partners through every step of the process, starting with the onboarding, which may require our partner to obtain the licensing and the structuring. If the partner is interested in selling fractions of Vietnamese real estate properties, then we're able to source those properties. And we take care of all the back office work for the tokenization. In terms of customer acquisitions, our partners not only have access to customers that they acquire themselves, but also they have access to the rest of the Zenihub user base. And we will also provide all the necessary technology and tools for the asset management. So in terms of our immediate objectives, we're seeking business partners, real estate companies, and financial institutions. So we want to try to enter the UAE market. And also, we're currently trying to raise our seed funding. So we're seeking seed investors as well. So thank you for your time today. And if you're interested, please find us over there.
Thank you, Toku. First of all, I wanted to tell you to take a breath. You spoke so fast, I was actually scared for you. To the judges, questions, again, 4 minutes. If you can start, go ahead. Christina, yeah.
Very great presentation. I really love what you're doing with the whole security tokens. Have you and your team considered NFTs, or have that been part of the conversations when it came to developing your tokenization strategy?
So I guess we don't really, we didn't really see a need for NFTs since these are just shares and they don't have to be like distinct. So, and then the other option, would be to utilize utility tokens, which is what most of our, other companies out there that's doing something similar tend to go, because in terms of regulations, it's easier. But I come from a traditional financial background, so I feel it's better to do it the proper way. Kind of regulate it. I mean, if I'm the investor, I feel more secure that way. So, yeah.
Congrats on a great pitch. Just a question on the fractionalization. Are you assisting the developers in fractionalizing their projects so that they can sell part or all of it, or are you buying the asset and then fractionalizing it? And if so, how do you manage sort of getting enough demand to then buy the asset?
So it's mainly the former. So most real estate developers, they also have like their own sales force, like a brokerage company. But currently, they're only able to reach out to customers who can buy the entire unit. So by providing the solution, they can reach out to a broader range of potential customers. And also, we open up. We make like the overseas markets, overseas investors accessible to them. Like, for example, if they want to sell to Japanese investors.
Understood. And is there the ability for owners to get secondary liquidity? And we've seen people try and monetize that before as another sort of fee.
Yes. So our focus is not to become a marketplace, obviously, because it's not like we have a huge user base, and so the moment the property comes into our platform, there's no liquidity. And hence, that's why we're operating like a private equity fund. But if the user, wants to cash out before like the 3 years or 5 years before we exit the property, then we do provide, we do allow them to post up their shares for sale to see if other investors on the platform might be interested.
You have one more minute if you want. There's a question there. Oh, okay, cool. Go ahead.
Hi, just amazing. How do you provide for governance of decisions? So, for example, if 1,000 people, 1,500, we don't know who they are, want to make a decision on the real estate. For example, sell it or upgrade it. How do you do that?
So it's mostly discretionary. So we kind of operate like a private equity fund. So when we post like the deal, we present like what the expected business plan is for that property or for that real estate project, and the users have to make the decision whether they want to invest or not.
Cool. We have one more question there for the lady in the back. Yeah.
Great pitch. I wanted to ask, because you mentioned that you operate across the whole value chain, which also means property management if you're actually going to be producing some kind of dividends for your investors. Operationally, how complex do you think this is? How ready are you for the kind of, a market like here in Dubai? Property management is in and of itself a company on its own, right?
Okay, so there are actually two layers, like asset management and the property management. So we'll be taking care of the asset management and basically working with local property developers. So in the case of Vietnam, usually these large developers also have a property management company within their group. So we will most likely use their group company.
Cool. Thank you, Toku. And once again, claps for Zenihub, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you. I just also want to say I'm very happy to see the audience get involved, so please feel free to raise questions if you feel like it.